Today on Bench Briefs, we're looking at a recent Supreme Court of Canada decision that tackles a serious and tragic issue: impaired driving causing death. The case is R v. Hay, decided in 2023, and it raises important questions about how courts determine impairment behind the wheel and the types of evidence that can prove it. So, what happened here? Hay was charged after a motor vehicle collision that resulted in a fatality. The circumstances of the crash prompted police to investigate whether Hay was driving while impaired. Key to the case was Hay's blood alcohol concentration. Police also gathered evidence through breathalyzer tests and field sobriety assessments at the scene. The case moved through trial and appeal courts, focusing heavily on whether the evidence was enough to establish that Hay was, in fact, impaired at the time of the crash. At the heart of this case were three main legal questions. First, was the evidence sufficient to prove that Hay was impaired while driving? This meant the court had to carefully consider what kind of proof is needed to establish impairment beyond a reasonable doubt, especially when the stakes are so high. Second, the court needed to clarify the proper legal standard for assessing impairment in light of the evidence presented. This involves not only looking at blood alcohol levels, but also the totality of police observations and expert testimony. Third, the court examined the admissibility and weight of certain pieces of evidence, like expert reports and police observations, to determine how they should factor into the final decision about impairment causing death. Why does this case matter? Impaired driving is a leading cause of fatal crashes in Canada, and the law strives to balance protecting public safety with ensuring fair trials. R v. Hay underscores the complexities courts face when piecing together evidence of impairment, especially when there may be conflicting or incomplete information. The Supreme Court's ruling helps clarify how different types of evidence should be evaluated and weighed. This provides clearer guidance for lower courts, police, and legal professionals when handling similar cases in the future. Moreover, the decision highlights the importance of thorough and reliable evidence collection at the scene, including breathalyzer and field sobriety tests and expert analysis. It also reinforces the high standard of proof required to convict someone of impaired driving causing death, given the serious consequences involved. In the bigger picture, R v. Hay contributes to the ongoing effort to improve road safety and ensure justice for victims of impaired driving tragedies. It sends a message that the courts will rigorously scrutinize evidence to uphold the rule of law, while recognizing the devastating impact impaired driving can have on families and communities. Thanks for listening to Bench Briefs. Be sure to join us next time for another deep dive into a compelling Canadian legal case.